Hey family, welcome back to MarshaunO. And if this is your very first time here, stay tuned. Go ahead and hit the red subscribe button, because here at MarshaunO, I am sharing and showcasing stories about me and my life and my marriage and how to be in a happy relationship, how to create a healthy relationship, how to be healthy and happy amongst yourself, how to be healthy and happy in your relationship, how to be healthy and happy after a breakup. So I am just breaking down all of the stages that you could possibly be in. And if you want to hear more things like that, then go ahead and stay tuned. Stay tuned by hitting the red subscribe button, or at the end of the video, hit the icon with my lovely face. And of course, hit the bell so you can receive the notifications for all of my upcoming videos. Today, I want to talk to you about you being a part of a healthy relationship. Are you a part of a healthy relationship? Maybe you've been questioning if you are a part of a healthy relationship or not. I used to question it myself when I was dating, just literally when I was just out there. And for those of you who are coming and finding me for the very first time, or you've been here for a few times, but you have yet to hear a little bit about me and about my story, this is my second marriage that I'm in. And it took me a while to really just start to love myself. So I got married at the age of 18. Well, no, I'm lying. I was 21. I got married at the age of 21. I got a divorce at the age of 27. And then in the course of 27 through, what does that put me? 31, 32, something like that years. So no, that's a lie. I'm not getting my math right. Anyway, 14 years. So you do the math from 27 to whatever 14 years add up to is when I was in the dating stages, and I was going through just so much, and I was trying to figure out why I could never get into a healthy relationship, what a healthy relationship looked like, me loving on myself. Did I know what I want? Did I know what I needed? Did I know what I desired? And so there was a lot of things that was going on in that 14-year period where I had to figure out and had to understand who I was, where I wanted to be, where I wanted my relationship to be, my potential relationship, my upcoming relationship. And so I started dating, and I was trying to figure out if this person that I was in a relationship with, even without the title, right? Because am I alone here? Have I decided to put you in a relationship with me if we are out here together? Yes, I know I'm not the only one that has done that. And so I want to come here and just give you 5 things to think about if you are in a healthy relationship or not. Whether this is an engagement, whether you're boyfriend and girlfriend, whether you are in a marriage, you're trying to decide if this is actually healthy for you. So I'm only going to give you 5 things. Of course, there are a multitude of things out there to decide if a relationship is healthy specifically for you. But today I'm going to give you some universal things that you can think about to say, you know what, it is not, maybe it's borderline. Just think about these things. This will give you an idea to see if you want to actually create your life with this person long term. So the very first thing that I want you to think about is that all relationships are not 50-50. We hear that all the time. I'm giving 50%, he giving 50%. Really, both of y'all should be giving 100%, but life does not always afford us to be able to give 100% of what we need to be giving to our relationship, to our partner, to our children, to our work environment, to any portion of our lives, because literally life just gets in the way. And sometimes one area of your life takes over more than what you even want it to. It just takes over because that's just the way life happens. So get over the fact of this 50-50 in a relationship, because a lot of times when you are in a healthy relationship, don't think that your relationship is not healthy if you are giving 100% or you are giving your 50% and that person is only giving their 5%, because literally maybe that is all the percentage that they can give you right then and there in this season. And this is something that you need to think about, because especially if you are in the dating stages or in an engagement, is this something that, excuse me, that you can actually handle? Because this is a part of a healthy relationship. In one of the articles that I was reading the other day, it actually put the statistic up there that sometimes the relationship is going to be 90-10, meaning you're giving 90, your partner is giving 10. Think about if you could handle that, because truth be told, it be like that sometime. Your partner cannot give what you want them to give for a period of time. Now, disclaimer, if it's like that all the time, it's a problem. However, if you've gotten into this relationship with this person and you know that their track record is that they usually give you X amount of time, let's say their own 90% of the time or their 100% of the time, but these past few weeks, they've only been given 10%, give them a break. Because that is the way your relationship is going to unfold. Does it have to be all the time? Again, you never want it to be all the time. But just realize that whether you are thinking about the 50-50, even though I told you to throw it out, whatever, even if you're thinking about both of y'all should be given 50-50 or both of y'all should be given 100-100, just realize that in a healthy relationship, it does not always match up with the percentage that you're giving and the percentage that your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance is giving as well. And can you handle that over the long haul? Can you handle it? Think about that. The second thing to think about is that in healthy relationships, you guys have conflicts. That is just the name of the game. You guys are two entirely different people trying to come together and build your life together. I guess I'm hyped up because I'm choking. I'll never be choking. Like, what's going on? The difference in healthy relationships versus toxic relationships is that in healthy relationships, I'm so sorry, but I'm not editing this out. So just give me a second. In healthy relationships versus toxic relationships, whenever you guys have a conflict, in healthy relationships, they deal with the conflicts head on and they deal with them early. They do not let them just linger, because anytime you let something just linger on, you start to create and make up your own stories about what this thing means, whether it means it or not. In a toxic relationship, you'll just let it go on and on and on and on and on. You'll let the distance just build. You'll let everything come in between you and your spouse. In healthy relationships, y'all have conflict, just like in toxic ones. Again, the difference is the time frame that it takes for you to talk about this thing and get rid of it. Like literally. Talk about it, figure out the solution, move forward in life. Toxic relationships, you just let it linger on. Or you decide to, you know what, we're just going to sweep this under the rug. We're not even going to talk about this and then wonder why this thing keeps coming up. It's because you have never addressed it. Soon as you're ready to address it, soon as you're ready to put on your big girl panties and your big boy drawers and address what's actually happening in your relationship, you'll see that your relationship is so much better. You have to address it though. If you keep sweeping everything under the rug, at some point, you're going to trip over that big old bump that's underneath that rug. All that dirt. We got to deal with our tough conversations. Anyway, I talk about that. So we're going to move forward. But don't get caught tripping over your rug of dirt that's stuffed underneath there, i.e. your issues, your problems, the conflicts that you never deal with. Deal with those things and move past them. And if for some reason you can't come with an agreement, then maybe that's just something you'll never come up with agreement on. However, pay attention if you keep coming up to bumps in your road, i.e. all of this dirt that you keep stuffing underneath the rug because you guys can't come to an agreement upon whatever it is that you're discussing. Pay attention to that. Third thing, you're in a healthy relationship. If you are married, number one, because that's what point number 3 is basically addressing, are people that are married, and you're in a healthy relationship if you honor your marriage vows. Now, I know that this can be a little sticky for some people out there, but in your marriage vows, if you have ever been married before and you decide to go outside of your marriage vows, then you're not honoring your marriage vows. Literally, and I'm talking about I'm talking about at any point. I'm not just talking about cheating. I'm talking about, you know what? Doesn't matter. The point is, because I was about to go on another tangent and I'm not going to do that today. Honor your marriage vows. You are in a healthy relationship if you are honoring your marriage Vows. If you don't know what they are, then don't go look them up before you decide to say I do, to see if you can honor them. Because a lot of people think that I'm going to get into this marriage not really knowing who this person is, or I'm going to get into this marriage and I'm still going to decide to cheat. I'm going to get in this marriage and I'm going to decide to, you know, oh, thick and thin. Oh, this dude ain't got no money. She ain't got no money no more. I'm not going to honor this person. There's a lot of things that I could point out, but again, I noticed that I was about to go down that tangent, so I'm going to stop there and move to point number 4, which is you're in a healthy relationship if you guys are putting each other first the majority of the time. Again, life can get in the way, and we all understand that if it happens for a period of time, a season within your relationship, but it should never be the entirety of your relationship where you or your spouse, both of you, are not putting each other first, because what are you doing if you're not? Again, life gets in the way. There might be some young children there. Sometimes you just can't do it. Your job is taking you away. You can't put your spouse first all the time. But by and large, your relationship should be about reconnecting with one another and even carving out some quality time with one another so you can continue to build your relationship. So I know that you're putting me first. Set up some FaceTime or Skype calls, Zoom calls, whatever. Anything that you need to do to make sure that I feel important, that you feel important, do that. The 5th and final thing is that you both protect one another. When somebody is talking trash about your boo, you don't join in and say, yeah, that motherfucker. No, that's not protecting your spouse. That's not protecting your relationship either. And it starts to get you going down the path of whatever it is that's toxic. And then you start focusing on the bad stuff that your partner does or the things that your partner don't do. And then you going down the rabbit hole of that. And all of a sudden you have this horrible partner. And now you sharing all of these horrible things about your partner to your friend, to your family members. And guess what? When you're on a even keel, when you and your spouse is back on hunky-dory terms, and you bring said spouse around these friends and family members that you were venting to, guess what? They still have a problem with your boo and you don't. Sometimes you got to zip it. Sometimes you just got to zip it and not let all these people into your relationship. But these are the 5 things, the 5 tips that I want to point out to you today where you could be in a healthy relationship. This is a very good sign if you are if you do have these things within your relationship. It is a really good sign. Of course, like I mentioned before, there are a plethora of things to think about, but today I wanted to give you these 5 to think about because this is pretty much universal. Obviously, the marriage one is not for everybody because everybody's not married. However, if you're out there and you guys are talking about being married, but you got all this muck, all this cheating, all this disrespect, you ain't gonna have no happy marriage anyway. Okay, so let's just be all the way real. Y'all know that that's how I be here. Real, in your face, raw, but also not to judge you, but just to let you know this is what it is. Think about the person that you actually want to be when you get into this relationship. Think of the person that you actually want to be once you become married. And if you're already practicing the person that you want to be as a girlfriend, as a fiance, the person that you want to be when you get married, you're already halfway there. But now you have to pay attention and see if your spouse is doing the exact same thing. Because a lot of times one partner is more ready than the other. You want to make it as much as evenly yoked as you can. And I get it. Some of you are out there like, shit, I'm already in my relationship. Now what? Pay attention and then start to change one thing about yourself first. I've talked about that several times, so I'm not going to go into it. But the change that you are seeking in your relationship, you have to start with yourself first before it trickles down into changing in your relationship. You have to be willing to be vulnerable enough to put yourself out there first to change you and not put the blame on why things are not going right with your spouse. All right, y'all, I will see you guys in the next video. Again, if you made it this far, especially if you have been coming here or if this is your very first time here, you've made it this far, go ahead and press the red subscribe button or the icon with my lovely face. I will see you guys in a future video. I am your favorite life and relationship strategist, MarshaunO. I will see you guys. I will see you guys. I will see you guys again in the future. Deuces, y'all.